So when a job comes in, we need to know the customer. Where do they live? Basically, where do they live, but also what services do they want, and how many dollars of each service do they need? And we got to take that, and the office manager puts that in their head, in computer terms, in their RAM, right? The
right.
Random access memory, and now they're going, okay, that's the job that needs to be done. Now I'm going to go over to the calendar, and I'm going to look at all the crews and their calendar, and I'm going to start figuring out which crew is capable of doing the services that this customer needs.
Right.
Then I'm going to figure out which people are on the crew that day, because that's another complex, right? Especially in college students. But anyway, who's on the crew that day? How fast can they perform the following services? So it's a window cleaning, pressure washing job as an example.
Right.
So this guy can do window cleaning at $100 an hour. This guy can do it at $75 an hour. This guy can pressure wash at $200 an hour. This guy can pressure wash at $150 an hour. Whatever it is. So then once we've got all that, then we go, where are those guys working? And where are they at in relationship to the customer in the RAM, right? So we go back to our RAM and we start going, they're close, they're not close, they're close, but there's not a big enough gap. That won't fit in the day. Oh, that'll fit right there, but then they have a hole in their day. So I worked with Code Closet to build CrewCal, and they deeply integrate it into responsibid, because what do you need for the software to work? You need to have all this stuff. And when a customer's on a website, and if they're going to ever have a hope of self-scheduling themselves, we need to know who they are, where they live. We need to know what service they want, how much they cost. And then the software needs to go into your calendar, wherever it's at. Maybe it's Google Calendar, maybe it's Jobber is just right over there. And they suck out the schedule, digest it all in relationship to that customer, put them together, and then spit out something super simple.
Right.
So that the person who you hire to be your office manager doesn't have to work for you for 2 years before they can schedule a job, because they do.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
And it takes all of that information, puts it all in one place, and all this fake scheduling stuff that's out there, and I say fake, like Trump would say fake news.
Yeah.
We have fake schedulers.
Yeah. Like, I can't think of a name.
Calendly.
Calendly.
Yeah.
Right? So you get 1 hour blocks that you choose from.
Blocks.
It's great if I'm giving haircuts in my house. You come here, it takes an hour, we're fine.
Inbound scheduling, it works.
Yeah.
But for outbound, you got drive time, you've got crews that can do some things, crews that can't do other things.
Yeah.
You got way too many things you got to consider. And so CrewCal digests it optimizes who's the best choice and all that, and then it actually will put it into one place.
Right. So instead of taking 10 minutes to schedule a job, it takes like 8, right? Saves you 2 minutes because it's just got a spinning wheel forever.
The spinning wheel goes for about 3 seconds.
Yeah.
It grabs the calendar, digests it, and shows all the recommendations in about 3 seconds.
Yeah.
And if it's a customer like on the website doing their bid on the website, and responsibid has all the information it needs, and it falls into all the categories of which it's authorized to schedule, then they'll just see some dates. They can click on the date and see what times are available. They can choose those times, and you would have the confidence that as the customer schedules themselves, that they are scheduling themselves exactly the same way that your office manager would if they were doing it. And because it's on the website, it'll take a deposit from the customer, so that your competitor doesn't come onto your website and start filling up your calendar.
Right.
So you got to put your money where your mouth is, right?
Yeah.
So you're going to take a spot on my calendar. You need to give me 25% or $50 or whatever it is that you set your deposit at. And now your customer's able to get a bid, become a great lead, schedule themselves, and then with that they'll be able to actually book themselves as good as you would.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Okay, so literally, I was on the webinar and I'm just the guy that's shouting, "Please take my money!" I talked to 2 different programmers, try to get this functionality. Oh, can I ask you to step over to your right just a little bit? There you go.
Sorry,
you're in the video though.
Congratulations.
And they were like, the best we can do is we can work with the Google Calendar integration, and we can read. Like, it's going to take time, because it has to read every day. We can only make it read a week and a half to 2 weeks in advance maximum, or it'll take too long, and it's going to be $50,000 to continue this conversation.
Yeah.
And you know what that means. It's double it and add 30.
You double it and then change the increments. Yeah.
Right. So I was a little concerned. So when I realized it's $100 a month or less, depending on, there's some categories, right?
Yeah. So when I talked to CrewCal, so I'll give you the short story. Basically, I found a hacker that we were
He's
able
a
to,
program design engineer.
a program design engineer that is now using his powers for good.
Yes.
And he enjoyed the challenge. Okay, so this guy, wonderful guy, he actually is now developing all of this CrewCal stuff, and I helped him to architect it using the knowledge that I had from my previous window cleaning pressure washing company and also all of our responsibid customers' feedback.
Right.
We took all that, I downloaded that into his brain, he created CrewCal, and I said, in exchange for all of this that I'm doing for you, you can integrate CrewCal with any other software. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
But responsibid users get 50% off. Whatever your price ever is.
Yeah.
So $100 a month is what I would normally go for, but responsibid users get it for 50.
50. Yeah. Yeah. Best 50 I could imagine spending.
Yeah.
Cool.